Welcome to this week's recap of All-Star Celebrity Apprentice.
You're a celebrity graduate. Yes. All right, so it's the final four. It's down to Lisa, Penn, Lil Jon, which it's really pissing me off that all the Trumps
Little John. Why don't you just say Little John?
And Trace. Where's Robin Hood? All right, so they're back in the boardroom right away.
Trump is like, you know what? There's no losers. But two of you are getting your ass
Two of you
kicked
is
out.
getting fired. And he's getting quite lazy about it. Usually they have
They got a whole interview team coming in, but not this time. One person from each team is going to be fired. It's just the usual boardroom people.
Right. So right away, you know, they do the old, why do you think you should be here? Who cares? You know that Trump knows who's going to get fired before they even ask those questions. So
on one team it was Lisa and Penn. And he was like, Lisa, you fired.
Those lips are ridiculous. You fired. I cannot have someone represent my company with two inflatable couches on their face.
Yeah.
And then blah, 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 blah. It was dragging on forever. It was pretty obvious that they had a lot of time to fill.
He had to pick between Lil Jon and Trace.
You know he likes things even. Like lions on the thing outside the library. He wants matching. So it's Battle of the Ponytails. Tall, deep throat, or Battle of the Ponytails. Good versus evil. Yeah.
Which one's which?
Penn is evil. He's an atheist. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, all you atheists.
I don't know if I'd call it evil.
You know what I mean, because he's like dark magic, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And, you know, Trace is all country American goodness, apple pie, babies, roll around on the floor, Gary Busey.
All right.
All right, so he gives Lil Jon $20,000 hush money. Take this and get out of here. Get the F out of here. You're fired.
All right, so the final task, has to do with Walgreens, and they have to create this ice cream flavor.
For Delish brand.
Yes,
which is then Walgreens brand.
Okay, and then they have to make a up to 60-second promotional video, and they have to have an ice cream social launch party.
With 50 tickets. Only 50. So
you got to get your money's worth.
Exactly. The mentors or the overseers are Ivanka and Joan Rivers. Oh, Joan Rivers. All right.
All right, so obviously they can't do this alone, so Trace and Penn both get a team or a collection of individuals.
A rogues gallery, if you will. So Trace gets Lil Jon, Gary, and Mary Lou. Oh boy. He probably would have been better off on his own, but whatever. I mean, Lil Jon is really good. I really think he probably could have been in the final two. He really should have been, but I don't know who I would have kicked out to put him in, because Penn and Trace are pretty good too. And on their team, they say, you sell those tickets for as much as you can each. Duh. Do the math.
All right, so they had to basically come up with two different flavors to present to the public for taste testing. So on Trace's side, they came up with this like red velvet one and then a maple macadamia.
Oh boy, when Joan Rivers showed up, Gary Busey was going on and on about her hair. She's like from another galaxy. And I think you're from another galaxy, Gary.
Yeah, it was hilarious, though.
Bizarro world. So Trace took Gary to the tasting, which...
You can't leave Gary alone, so Trace was pretty much bringing him everywhere.
Besides, he's pretty people-friendly. Like, people...
That's what I think when I think of Gary Busey.
Did anybody pick up that Trace called it Duane Reade at the beginning instead of Walgreens?
Unless they were in Duane Reade and they called it...
No.
I don't know.
I think Walgreens may have been formerly Duane Reade, or they bought them out or what, but that's big faux pas, but at least it wasn't in front of the execs. So they had maple macadamia, and that beat the red velvet one. Only one person, I think, or one ratio of one, like the red velvet. So
yeah,
it's out.
So now that they agreed on maple macadamia, they had to come up with a name. So they were like, oh, maple macadamia mashup.
And Trace didn't like it at first.
Alliteration there.
Right. He thought he sounded like it would taste like mashed potatoes, but he's not all hep.
Some people would like that.
Maybe, but he's not all, you know, savvy with the
whole mashup term.
Yeah.
You'd think being in the music business, he would be.
Yeah.
He'd be in the know, but.
Well, Gary Busey is going to be in the video.
Oh gosh.
Because he's insane. He's going to do the Gary Busey dance.
They want to make it kind of like a viral video type thing. They're really trying to work the social media aspect.
Right. The farty grandpa, the young granddaughter, old, hip, comes together, mashes up. So he's doing his old farty dance and she's showing him some new moves. It's insanity on a plate, or should I say in a bowl. And then Mary Lou joins the crazy party too. She's like, oh, what's that in the shot over there?
Can you get a lamp over here?
I don't want this on my, it feels weird. I want it on my bra. She is a pain in the ass. All right, let's talk about the other team.
All right, so Penn is working with Mr. Diplomat, Dennis Rodman, Lisa, and LaToya.
All right, and his charity is Elvis's charity that Elvis started with Wayne Newton and Colonel Parker. So
It sounded pretty cool.
it is very cool. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And Penn and Teller are going to be in the commercial because
Why the
they're a
F
big
not?
name. Exactly. They're going to have some showgirls. It's going to be based on Vegas and magic. And
It's basically Nashville versus Vegas.
exactly. So they came up with the name right. LaToya came up with the name right away. Vegas Magic Swirtle.
Because they have those little turtle chocolates with the caramel inside, and then they also have a chocolate swirl, so she was like, Swirtle! Which I think is awesome. I'm all about mashing up words.
Right.
But I have a similar feeling that Penn has.
Panic.
People are not going to know what the hell Swirtle is if they don't know
no Swirtle.
that they don't have have the turtles in there.
So Penn was able to put it on the carton and explain the whole thing, which I think helped a lot, because if he didn't do that, people would have been like, I ain't eating one of them Swirtles. I'm probably going to get like meningitis
I'm
or
a
something.
vegetarian.
Yeah,
I don't eat Swirtles.
I don't eat Swirtle, sorry. So he calls up Wayne Newton. He's trying to get Wayne Newton for the party.
And Wayne Newton's like, yes, but I have to be at this parade in Arizona.
But what about that taste test? It didn't seem like they tested many people.
No, I don't think they
And
did.
the other one, Sin City, was what? Kind of like a white was it white chocolate or
No.
I don't who cares? It
Vanilla
lost.
It sounded good too. I don't know. They
Yeah.
all look good.
The Swirtle one won though. And now it's time to shoot the video. And the showgirls showed up. Not wearing very much at all.
That's what they do.
Well, I think the whole thing was very iconic Vegas, and I think it really came together because they have all the showgirls around them. Penn and Teller are sitting there doing a magic trick. They're dumping stuff on top of Dennis Rodman, which I'm sure he's very used to laying on the floor and getting things dumped on him all the time.
I don't want to know what that means, but anyway, they do their little magic trick. It looks like it's going to be awesome, but it's too long.
Oh my god. That is like the worst thing in the world. Like before YouTube made like unlimited videos when you're a partner, when you had to try and shove your video into 10 short minutes, it's like, oh, but that's so good. I don't want to cut that.
Well, they only had 1 minute, and their first cut was 1:12.
Yeah, I think they got it down to 109, but there's some more cutting, and when you got branding to consider, you don't want to cut out any product shots. So
And-
that's a tough one.
Penn brought up a good point. If you're doing magic, you don't want to have a lot of cuts in there, because obviously there's stuff going on.
Exactly, and it looks cheesy then. It looks insincere. You know, on the old magic shows, and we're like, we will not cut away for the entire 2 minutes.
So they had to deal with that. But one of the best moments was LaToya. She clearly did not realize what Teller's whole shtick was.
He's like
doesn't
whisper.
talk.
When he talks, he whispers. He's like a little baby. I think I really like that. He's just like me.
She doesn't understand.
Yeah. I think they eventually explained it to her, and she was like, well, that's really good. That really works for them. No wonder why they're so successful.
Yeah.
Thank you, LaToya.
So, tune in next week for the finale.
It's going to be exciting. I hope it's not going to be 3 hours, though, because I will
probably
probably
will.
jump off my roof. Hi, Trump! All right, till next week. Much love.